Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to solve few of the previous year questions of GATE exams, in which they have asked how to find out implicants, prime implicants or essential prime implicants. So let's solve the very first question. Here in this question, a function is given which is defined over three Boolean variable x, y and z, and it is given like x bar or y bar z or xz, and they are saying it is a switching function. Which one of the following is valid? So the very first option, y bar x, is a prime implicant of f, xz is a minterm of f, xz is an implicant of f, y is a prime implicant of f. So to solve such kind of questions, we need to draw the K-map. So let's draw the K-map for this. So the K-map will look like this. Now let's fill the values in this K-map. So let's say in this function x bar is given. So wherever x bar is coming, all those cells we can set as high. So because this is complete row where x bar is present, so we can fill 1 in this particular row, right? Okay. Now after this, we are having y bar z. So y bar z is here. That means this place and this place will be 1. So it is already 1. So this you can set 1. Then xz is also there. So x and z is present here as well as here. So xz is present in this x y bar z and x y z. So this place we can set as 1. Now if we start pairing them, then we can pair something like this. So if the largest pair we want to make, largest possible pairing we will do, and that will be considered as prime implicants, right? If a pair is not the possible largest pair, then it will be considered as implicants but not the prime implicants, right? So this is one possible pair which we can have. Another pairing we can do of these four ones. So this can be paired like this, right? So it can be paired like this. This is another grouping which we can do. So these are the largest possible grouping. So we can say this is prime implicant, and this next one is also the prime implicant. Now we need to check whether it is essential prime implicant or not, right? So these are prime implicants, there's no doubt. So I'm writing pi, and this is also, this yellow one is also, you can write this is pi, right? If I make any sorter, like if these two one, if we form the group, then it will be the implicant but it will not be the prime implicant because it is not the largest possible grouping. Similarly, if you club these two ones, then it will be considered as implicants but it cannot be treated as prime implicant. Similarly for this, right? So I hope you do understand. If I do this grouping or this grouping, that will be treated as implicant but not the prime implicant. Okay, so these two. Now what is the essential prime implicant? The essential prime implicant is if in any of the group, if let's say any of the one doesn't have more than one grouping. So if this one is not the part of more than one grouping or more than one prime implicants, then we can say this particular group is representing essential prime implicant also. Okay, so here they are asking only in terms of prime implicant. So let's conclude it in terms of prime implicant. So they are saying y bar x is a prime implicant. So if this function you will represent, what it is representing actually, let me write it here. So this represent x bar, because when we are having this horizontal pair of 4 ones, y and z will be eliminated. So ultimately we are getting here x bar, or this yellow. So let me write in the blue color. So I'm writing x bar so that you can understand this blue group is giving you x bar. Now I'm writing the next thing in yellow color. So this yellow pairing is giving you here x and x bar, it is changing, so x will be eliminated. Y is also changing from y bar to y, so it will give us z only, right? Whenever you will have the pair of 4 ones, you can eliminate 2 variables, right? Right. So this is there. Now they are asking that y bar x is a prime implicant of y. So what is y bar x? Y bar is here and x is here, and y bar x, that means this member, it is saying whether it is a prime implicant or not, right? So you tell me whether it is a prime implicant or not. You can treat it as, because this one doesn't have any other pairing, so it is essential prime implicant, right? Y bar x is present here only, there is only one, so this is, it is asking whether it is prime implicant or not, right? So this place, which is, it is saying y bar x, if you want to find out, that means z is eliminated, right? So if you want to construct y bar x, this place should also be 1. Y bar x is true here, but it is not given here. So in case there is also a 1 and you are making a group like this, then only we can say, and that is also a largest possible grouping, then we can say y bar x is a prime implicant. So that means the very first statement is not correct, it is not valid, right? Now let's move on to the next. Xz is a minterm of f. So xz is not a minterm of f. Where is xz? X and there is z. So there are two places where we are having xz, but when you consider as the minterm, you doesn't have xz as a minterm, right? Because finally you are getting this, right? So that will also not be true. So let me cross this one also. Now xz is an implicant of f. So what is implicant and prime implicant? X is present here and here, it is true, and z is also present in these two. So if I form the group of these two ones like this, so obviously this thing can be an implicant, but it cannot be the prime implicant, because this is not the possibly largest grouping. Largest grouping is this 4. So this thing is covering this thing. We have already discussed the covering functions. So because this is covered by this particular thing, this red highlighted thing cannot be the prime implicant, it is an implicant. So we can say xz is an implicant of f. So this is true. Now let's validate the fourth one. Y is a prime implicant of f. So y is valid in these two places, but here there is no one. So there is one, but there is no one. So y cannot be the prime implicant. So this is also false. So in this question, the answer would be C only, right? Let's look at the next question. So it has been asked in GATE 2004, which of the essential prime implicants of the following Boolean functions. We need to find out here, let me highlight essential prime implicants. Essential prime implicants is a prime implicant only in which at least one place is there which is having only one grouping, which is the member of only one prime implicant, right? So that we considered as essential prime implicant. So let's draw the K map for this. Okay, so it will look like this. Now let's fill the values. So when we fill out the values, A bar C is present in this. So A bar is here and C is present in these two rows. C is present here and C is present here. So these two places we can fill with one value, right? The next is A C bar. So A is present in this row. So I'm again highlighting the rows. So A is here and C bar is present in this row as well as here. So that means this place will be high and this place will also be high, right? Now B bar C. So if you look at B bar C, B bar is present in these two columns and only B bar C you are seeing, okay, right? So B bar C is given in this, so that means these two places will be 1. So there has to be 1 only. Okay, here already 1 is written. So B bar C is given here. So this is the given values. Now if you start pairing them, how you can pair them? So this one is having only one possibility to pair. So let me pair with, let's say, blue color. This one can be paired with this because there is no other possibility to pair it. This one I am talking, right? This one is having the possibility to pair with this, but this one, like this one, is having two possibilities. It can be the member of this group or this group, but this one is also having two possibilities. It can be the member of this or it can be paired like this. So because this one is having only one possibility, that should be paired like this, because there is no other pairing is possible. So you can pair it with this one, right? Now this one, either we are going to pair like this or we are going to pair like this, right? So when we pair it like this one can be the member of any of these two. So that means it will not be the part of essential prime implicant, right? It cannot be the member of essential prime implicant. This is essential prime implicant. This is essential prime implicant. So let me put this one is having single pairing. This one is having only single pair possible, right? But this is not having single pairing. This may have two pairing. So I may group it like this or this. So let me do it. I'm grouping this one like this, or I can group this one like this also, right? So let's validate the essential prime implicant. So let's see the very first statement, A bar C and AC bar. A bar C, A bar C. So where is A bar? C is present in these two. So because there is one, this one, A bar C will give you essential prime implicant, right? So this group will give you essential prime implicant because there is at least one present which is having only single pairing, right? Now AC bar, so A and C bar is present here as well as here. So in this also there is one 1 is present, which is giving you essential prime implicant, right? If you validate A bar C is giving you essential prime implicant, but if you talk about B bar C, it is not the essential prime implicant, right? Because these two ones are having two possible pairings. So this is not, so this statement I'm saying this is not valid. Now let's, if you validate C, so it is saying only A bar C, there are two prime implicants, essential prime implicants we have highlighted, so this is also wrong because it is saying only AC bar and BC bar. So let's talk about BC bar. BC bar is not, because this place is not available, right? So if this is one and you make this pair like this, then you can say BC bar. So this is also wrong. That means the right answer for this question is this only, right? So I hope with these two examples you must be able to identify the implicants, prime implicants and essential prime implicants. Thank you for connecting.